Have you ever wondered what are the key factors that actually help you lose weight? With diet, exercise, and everything else in between that can make a difference to your weight loss momentum, without healthy habits, weight loss may sound like a real struggle. And to be honest, when it comes to weight loss, behavioral changes are often underrated despite how powerful difference they can actually make. For this reason, today we are going to share some small habits, more like a handy guide, definitely backed by scientific research and evidence, that will help you with weight loss and aid your overall health and well-being. And why are we stressing over it? Well, because there are certain habits that help you lose weight. You know them yet you ignore. Now that might sound more like a cliché, but we regularly come across suggestions and claims that confuse us. Whether to believe it or not, this confusion persists until there you see it and experience yourself. Take it like a tried and a tested magic formula that will help you get lean. So today we are going to talk especially about those underrated habits that will help you get with your weight loss journey. Try it out yourself and see the difference. Walking. In the world of strength training and lifting, we often forget about walking. Guess what? The beauty of walking is the fact that it can be done anywhere, anytime without any equipment. Easy to do without worrying. What more would you want? The perfect weight loss solution. So from throngs of Fitbit wearers counting their steps to a growing awareness about walking's benefits for mood and cognition, the benefits of walking are gaining traction. This can be seen by the fact that according to the Center for Disease Control, it has been estimated that over 150 million of American adults partake in at least one 10-minute bout of walking each week, making it the most common form of aerobic activity in the nation. Interesting, isn't it? The question here is walking a part of your routine? Well, if no is your answer, let us move further and see the magic of walking. When it comes to walking to lose weight, we often come across the question of how many steps. Well, start slow and build up to 10,000 to 12,000 steps per day. You can do more though. But the figure stated would be perfect to notice positive difference in your goals. Despite being aware of the benefits of walking, quite often people fail to do it consistently. But hey, when we tell you 10k steps, it is no magic number. If you have a sedentary lifestyle, walking extra will definitely help you. However, people report to lose extra with 10k steps. For instance, a person weighing 85 kilograms would be able to lose extra 350 calories per day when he walks 10,000 steps. Doing this will help you stay in calorie deficit. Know this consistency is the key. Studies reveal that a regular walking program melts away some extra pounds. And ideally, your exercise should be in combination with other healthier eating habits. So, when you put your walking shoes on, you are not only dropping pounds but walking also improves your cholesterol levels, is good for your cardiovascular health, lowers blood pressure, promotes bone health and reduces the risk of breast cancer. As per the Center for Disease Control and Prevention, CDC, a person weighing around 154 pounds can burn approximately 280 calories by walking at a moderate pace of 3.5 miles per hour for an hour. Now as per studies, if you want to maximize the calories that are burnt through walking, you need to adjust your intensity and your duration. Also, the number of calories that you burn while walking also depends on your total weight, the pace, total steps you take and incline. So, increase your speed, distance, or the incline and boost the calories that you burn. You can walk briskly or use a weighted vest. Walking at a brisk pace of 4.5 miles per hour burns considerably more calories than walking at a moderate pace of 3.5 miles per hour. But remember to create a balance between the intensity and the duration in order to prevent burnout and injury. Start slow and gradually increase the pace. This will help you stay more consistent and yield great weight loss results. Considering this, we have some great tips that will help you stay consistent with your walking routine. 1. Your phone meetings can happen while you walk. 2. You can start your day listening to an audiobook as you walk, much needed motivation as you start the day. 3. Ditch the drama and news during your lunch breaks and walk to keep you energized. 4. You can walk in the evening after dinner. Do it with a partner and make it a social activity. 5. Make walking as a part of your gym warm-up routine. So basically, look for more opportunities where you can walk. Like taking the stairs instead of the elevator or simply parking your car a little further from your home or your office. Eating the same meals. Much underrated, but we have seen people eat the same meals and lose weight, especially fat. There are people who eat the same first meal of the day while others eat the same meal 90% of the day and 10% indulge in a mix of other meals. So well, if you have enough variety in a week and you are not getting micronutrient deficient, then there is no harm in having the same meal. Sounds boring? Let us see what the studies reveal. Have you ever wondered that a varied diet actually leads to fat storage and weight gain? Diverse tastes and textures often lead to overeating. So basically, ingesting more calories, right? The idea here is that if you don't get used to what you are eating, you start consuming food for pleasure. So instead of curbing that hunger, food tends to become an outlet for a sensory experience. But on the contrary, when we restrict ourselves to eating few food items, we tend to eat less. In other words, when you have fewer options, you pay greater attention to your body's signals when you are full. And we all know that binge eating and not knowing when we are full are two of the most common reasons for weight gain. Now here you need to understand the concept of food habituation. This refers to learning wherein the response of person decreases with repeated exposure to the stimuli. As per the studies available, food habituation lowers the calorie intake amongst people when they consume the same meal. In other words, a variety of food postpones the feeling of fullness and contentment from your meal. As a result, you eat more. Research therefore, reveals that 66% of American adults who are overweight lower their calorie consumption than they eat the same meals. So basically, everything is instead fine as long as you enjoy your meals and get closer in achieving your health goals. The process of eating the same meals every day and taking care of meal prepping, would rather put your diet on autopilot, saving a lot of time and effort. It is a time-tested method and so many athletes have even done it. But there is little work involved, especially when it comes to meal prepping. For instance, you can try to prepare enough protein that would later be enough for 2 to 3 days. Give it a try and see how it works. Saving your calories for quote-unquote hunger window. This habit is a small change, but it will positively impact your levels of consistency. This involves saving your calories for quote-unquote hunger window. Now let's understand this. If your goal is to have 2,000 calories per day in order to be calorie deficit to lose 1 pound per week, now distribute those 2,000 calories throughout the day. So, if you feel hungry the most in the evening, you can have the most calories at that time. However, people usually prefer to divide it into 3 meals. In other words, you are actually saving your calories for when you feel hungry the most. So be flexible and adjust the calories as per your routine. Quickly moving forward. The next habit that needs attention is snacking. One habit that stops people from losing weight is reactive snacking. You see it, you eat it. Easily available. What about those impulses and cravings? They never stop, do they? And you tend to grab whatever is available. Following this pattern, you are never too full to stop, neither too hungry. So basically, you are in a zone where you will never stop eating. Result? See that in your calories, because certainly you won't be in deficit but in surplus. That is how you gain weight. Well, realistically speaking, with snacking you have only 2 viable options. Elimination, that's what we will suggest. Simply stop snacking and instead take larger meals so you don't feel the need to snack. In one study, when people with obesity or excess weight were asked why they chose unhealthy snacks, the most common response was temptation, followed by hunger and low energy levels. In simpler words, snacking is eating between meals, and is often referred to as those high-calorie, processed, appeasing food items. In a study published in Healthcare Basel in 2022, 662 university students were assessed to see how their eating habits impact their weight and cause obesity. Findings revealed that obese students had a significantly higher intake of potato chips, popcorn, and biscuits, while non-obese students had a significantly higher intake of salads compared with obese students. Also, the obese students were seen to snack more on products like chocolate, biscuits, nuts, and dairy products, especially when they were in the university. For this reason, we continuously concentrate on mindful eating. You should not eat everything that is available and accessible. Or the other option that you have got is being proactive, plan it out. So, if it's option 2, you should prefer allocating 5 to 10% of your calories to snacking. And plan it out. Take fresh fruits, bone broth or some protein, things that will fill you up. Why are we suggesting this? Because the biggest challenge people face when dieting is hunger. So, whatever you do to feel less hungry, it will in turn help you be consistent. Next time if you want to snack, ask yourself, are you really hungry? Would a cup of tea or protein shake help instead? Because instead of getting those 500 calories and burning them off later, it is better to avoid them from adding up at first place. Now some tips that will stop you from snacking includes removing those snacks and trigger food entirely from your house or keep it to a place where it would be inconvenient to reach. Now snacking is debatable because of its impact on appetite and weight. For instance, one review reported that those snacks briefly satisfy hunger and promote feelings of fullness, their calories aren't compensated for at the next meal. So eventually the calorie intake is increased for the next day. You can understand this better through another study where men with excess weight who ate a 200-calorie snack 2 hours after breakfast ended up eating only 100 fewer calories at lunch. In other words, their total calorie intake increased by about 100 calories. In another controlled study, lean men ate either 3 high-protein, high-fat, or high-carb snacks for 6 days. Now their total calorie intake did not change as compared to other days when they consumed no snack. So, snacking had a neutral effect. This brings us to a conclusion that the impact of snacking on appetite and weight differs from one individual to another and is highly dependent on the snack consumed. However, we also have studies that reveal snacking causes slower weight loss. In one study, 36 lean men increased their calorie intake by 40% by consuming excess calories as they were snacking between meals. And the result? Well, they experienced a significant increase in liver and belly fat. Now research also suggests that the timing of snacks may affect weight changes. A study in 11 lean women revealed that consuming a 190-calorie snack at 11 p.m. reduced the amount of fat they burned significantly more than eating the same snack at 10 a.m. When it comes to snacking, we also see its varied impact on blood sugar. Many people believe that in order to keep their sugar levels stable, they need to eat several times in a day. But that is not the case for everyone. For instance, a study including people with type 2 diabetes found that eating only 2 large meals per day resulted in lower fasting blood sugar levels, better insulin sensitivity, and greater weight loss, which was far better than eating 6 times per day. In contrast, other studies have reported no difference in blood sugar levels when the same amount of food was consumed as meals or meals plus snacks. So, to conclude, we know that snacking may or may not cause weight gain. It actually depends on the type of the snack, timing, other persisting health conditions and other lifestyle factors. So here are some of the tips for healthy snacking. It is advisable to consume snacks that provide 200 calories and also help you stay full until your next meal. Your snacks should depend on your meal size and your activity levels. A sedentary person should not consume more than 1 snack. Avoid highly processed, high-sugar snacks. Cutting alcohol. Highly recommended. Cut alcohol and it would be the best decisions of your life. This is what you need to do in order to be disciplined. You will see how your life changes and you are eventually able to stay consistent with nutrition. Imagine if you are going out twice or thrice, partying, enjoying with friends or simply taking a break. All these times, you drink. This makes 30 to 40% of your week where you are actually unable to think straight. This then becomes the reason for your bad decisions with food. Talk about laziness or mood swings, blame it to your alcohol routine. So, before you blame it on yourself or someone else, check your alcohol routine. Now since we are talking about fat loss, let's do some maths. As mentioned earlier, you need 2,000 calories per day to create a calorie deficit of about 3,500 calories per week in order to lose half a kilo of fat per week. Now if you have 6 drinks per week and each drink rounds up to 150 calories. This points at the 25 of your calorie deficit gone. Now in other words, you are losing your fat slower. Now you have another option. Try to include alcohol into your budget. So now instead of 2,000 calories it's 1,850. This makes your diet harder, making you hungrier. Why? Because you are getting less food to eat. The idea is not to leave anything in the middle. Consistency is the key factor here that will help you lose weight that will be easy to maintain. And remember, we have carefully listed these factors with a purpose because they not only help you lose weight, but also takes you a step closer to modifying your lifestyle, changing it into a healthier one. And before we end this, remember to prioritize recovery. Rest between highly intense workout sessions, even if it means continuous walking. And in no way are we taking away the blessings in your life. It might tempt you, but it is definitely unhealthy. That is why we find it important to educate you. If we have helped you with ways to lose weight, subscribe to our channel and share this video with others so that they no longer struggle with their weight. Step up, it is time to change your life and make a difference.